Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Sileo, Tales of a New Dawn. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the news version earlier, you can go to their Patreon. It's $5 a month or $50 for a year. So, in the last Let's Play, we met Russell, and then Ty's like, hey, we're doing camping today. You can invite everyone, except for Diego, because he's my rival. Actually, you need somebody to cover for, the bar. Because it do be like that. And meet him as host. Is that face? Several hours had now passed since Ty had called, and accordingly, I'd arrived outside his house at the agreed time. I leaned against the car that was parked out front, ready to take us on our adventure, as I sent Ty a message informing him of my arrival. Well, he didn't go up to the door and knock on it so you can get a smoochie? A minute or so went by before the sound of his front door caught my focus. Through it, a casually dressed, unreasonably muscular tiger emerged with two large hiking packs held in each hand, his arms flexing slightly in response to their no doubt considerable weight. A very good afternoon. Excited to go camping? His words broke my trance as I wiped a small glob of drool from my lower lip. I'd only been in his presence for a mere matter of seconds and was already falling prey to his sexy spells. Definitely, I haven't had much of an opportunity to see the sights of Woodcrest yet. This sounds far too good to pass up, especially with such great company. Dear oh dear, you always must flatter me so. Tell me, are my eyes playing tricks on me, or is that a shark I see approaching us? I turned to see. I was about to say, is that a banana in your pants, but no. I turned in place to see both Axel and Russell arriving at their destination with truly impeccable timing. Hey Adrian, good afternoon, Ty. It's wonderful as always to see you, Axel. I must say, I greatly appreciate an opportunity for us to spend some time together in a non-professional context for once. Yep, especially seeing as we have so many mutual friends. Indeed. And speaking of, I don't believe your toothy friend and I have met. Name's Russell. It's great to meet you, my dude. Oh yeah, I guess in this route they haven't met yet. 'Cause I know in Diego's route, he works for Ty. At some point. Russell offered him a hand, which Ty eagerly accepted, the two shaking in commemoration of their introduction. I'm childhood friends with Exos. We grew up together in Summersville. I just moved here this week. I'm so very pleased to meet you, Russell. I am very much looking forward to getting to know you. Goodness knows, we will have plenty of time to do so. Same goes, my dude. I'm meeting so many cool new faces. And here I was thinking, I'd be lonely here or something. That is wonderful to hear. Now, if you all are ready, I think it's high time we start to make our journey. We have many hours of walking to do before we reach the campsite, and we simply must arrive while daylight remains. Oh, I guess it isn't the morning right now. I take it you didn't pack torches then? For a second, it's like, wait, what? It's like, oh, right, flashlights. Oh, believe me, I have come prepared. I simply hope we will not have to use them at all. Besides, I have other reasons for which you will have to be patient. Oh, how mysterious. I suppose it wouldn't be camping with Ty if he wasn't keeping a few tricks up his sleeves. I sighed quietly to myself before turning back to Ty with a smile. Ready when you are, Ty. Then away we go. Opening the trunk of his car revealed a variety of camping goods, of which Ty had us divided up between each of us 4 packs to ensure each of us would be carrying their fair share. The 4 of us then got on board and buckled our seatbelts. Ty then started the engines, and we finally began our journey as Ty drove us across both bridges, passing through the main drag of Woodcrest, and then proceeding north until a dense forest surrounded us in every direction. After 10 minutes or so, Ty parked up on a patch of loose gravel off to the side of the road. We then disembarked, throwing our packs over our shoulders, and following Ty as he led us toward a long, winding eastbound path, which led us away from the road and out of the thick wilderness. Well then, gentlemen, we have a long walk ahead of us. I do hope your packs aren't too heavy. I adjust the straps, trying to balance the weight as much in such a way that it would reduce the load on my shoulders. It seemed as though Ty may have slightly overestimated my capacity. Not wanting to disappoint him, however, I gave him a confident thumbs up. Here's the thing. I would be kind of interested to buy that one game, Death Stranding, though there's two things that kind of shy me away from the game. One is needing to be always on the internet, or maybe not need to be always on the internet, but it's a big thing of it. But also, the story and some of the mechanics. Like a walk-in simulator where you're traveling, there's all these vistas and stuff like that. That seems interesting. The part where it's like, hey, there's this whole storyline thing and stuff like that, it's like, I don't know. Because some people are like, yeah, this game's good, except for this part, which kind of sucks. Anyways, my capacity. Okay. Just right, thanks. I'm ready when you are. Me too. Right on. Ready to go. Excellent. Then let us be on our way. The four of us began our adventure in earnest, trudging along the dirt path in an orderly fashion, with Ty at the helm. The forest surrounding us were alive with the sounds of wildlife, juxtaposed by foreign sounds or voices as we struck up conversation to help pass the time. Dude, this place is totally beautiful. Summersville is totally boring by comparison, man. Indeed, in my opinion, there are few places more beautiful than Woodcrest on this entire continent. I take it you're glad that you moved here then, Russell? Oh, totally. It seems super cool here so far. And I ran into Axel. Things couldn't be off to a better start. You mentioned the two of you were childhood friends, did you not? How did the two of you first meet? Did you become friends right away? Yep, so we both went to the same school, and were in the same years. Even shared classes a couple of times early on, when we were super young. In Summersville, yes? The two of you were both there? That's right, dude. Lived there my whole life too. Well, until a couple of days ago. Same, except I moved up here when I turned 18. That was a bit over a year ago now. Boy, you're 19? You're such a summer child. Well, happy belated birthday to you then, Axel. Thanks. Oh, hey, I just noticed. What happened to your glasses, Axe? Oh, I wear contacts now. I kept breaking my glasses, and it was getting super expensive to keep buying new ones. Me, I feel like I would go towards contacts because apparently your eyesight's better with that and stuff. But I just don't like the idea of getting my fingers in my eye because I tried contacts once. I actually was able to get them in, but it took me 10 minutes of me rubbing my eyeballs to get those contacts out. It's just nope, not gonna be dealing with that. Same way you broke your phone, my dude? Yeah, usually. But hold on, weren't you, wearing a pair earlier? Yep, I have to take my contacts out when I go swimming. Oh, I get it. The contacts are a great look for you, dude. Thanks. Ha, as a little kid, he had these big glasses that were way too big for his head. He looked like such a nerd. Weirdly enough, though, we never really became friends until later when he joined the swimming club. I was like, it token inserts on account of being a shark and all, but I wasn't really into that. But then Axel joined, and he wiped the floor out of all of us. I couldn't just, stand by and be shot at by a nerdy kid. So I started taking it seriously. I was never quite as good as he was, but I got pretty close. Hilariously, though, it was through trying to kick each other's asses that we kind of became friends in the first place. We started hanging out outside of class. Turns out, he had, heaps in common, or we had heaps in common. We even collected cards from the same card game and would battle each other all the time. We never really knew the rules properly, so we just sort of played our own version of it. My mom didn't like the cards so much because they had monsters and stuff on them, but Dad would slip me packs without her noticing. That's the thing that's kind of funny. I bought Yu-Gi-Oh cards and about Pokemon cards, but never really played the game. Which I know is stupid. I mean, we're stupid kids, but it's like, I'd play Yu-Gi-Oh a bit, kind of, when I could find somebody to play them, but when it came to Pokemon, it's just like, ooh, cards. Oh yeah, whenever I would stay the night, we used to play under the blankets with torches, just in case she walked in and confiscated them. Interestingly enough, that's, exactly what ended up happening, right, Axe? Oh yeah, she did. She was gonna toss him out, but Dad got him back for me. I don't know what would have been worse, what she caught us doing or what she thought she caught us doing. Before she pulled the blanket off us, she was like, "Do I have to give you boys a talk?" Yeah, that was... But yeah, after that, we just played at my house instead. Our parents were pretty cool, and even let us play at the dining table. That sounds as though you two have plenty of fond memories. Yeah, we got into exploring together. We'd go out looking for all these cool places and find these interesting things. Do you still go exploring, Russ? It ain't as much fun without you, my dude. It's been a little while. You should come with us. Dell and I go out exploring all the time. Yeah. That sounds like a lot of fun. Count me in, dude. Yay. Axel and Russell shared matching toothy grins as our party progressed slowly into the forest. In every direction, there was only forest as far as the eye could see. I had no expectation that we'd reach our destination anytime soon. So anyway, other than that, Axe and I went through high school and graduated together, and then Axe moved up here. We fell out of touch for a while, until today, of course. Say, Axe, do you visit your parents back home often? Yep, all the time. I was thinking to spend the night there soon, actually. Great, how are they? Same as usual. When they moved to Woodcrest, Dad finally convinced Mom to get a phone, so we could stay in touch. Oh, when I moved to Woodcrest. She really hated it at first, but now she's obsessed with this game she found, called Candy Crush. She keeps telling me what level she's up to. I think Dad has some regrets. My goodness, your parents sound like quite a pair of characters. They're like twice as intense as you can imagine, my dude. But you never left Axel's house without some kind of story to tell. Anyway, Axe, how did you meet Dom? You two seem like a great fit. Dom's amazing. He's so smart and can do all this cool stuff. He comes exploring with me heaps, and we even found a house to move into together. Aw, that's cute, Axe. I knew you'd find yourself a wonderful boyfriend. Boyfriend? Oh, we aren't... I could have sworn. He ain't going after your cheetah cheeks? Sorry, Axe. I think I, misread the room a bit. Ugh. I don't know why. I started this being like, oh, I could do this, and then all of a sudden, I am dizzy as fuck. I don't know why. I just... You know that thing when you're a kid when you're holding on to... You don't see it on playgrounds often, but there's like a wheel up top and you can spin on it. I got really good at spinning on it, and I feel as dizzy as if I went on that and span a whole bunch. I'm like, ooh, reading and stuff is hard. Oh, it's okay. Please don't be sad. You're just friends then? Yep, I think. I see. Well, it seems like a really good friend. You hadn't smooching much? Atmosphere among our friend group grew a little tense. Dom had asked me to keep an eye out, and knew for a fact Axel liked him. He had told me this himself. Yet, with what just said, I was overcome with a sense of doubt. But why? Axel was simply playing it cool. Or maybe, just maybe my assumption had been wrong. Was it possible that Axel had feelings for Russell once and that his arrival in Woodcrest may have awakened them or reawakened them? Anyway, moving right along from that, what's the deal with you two? Adrian and I? Yeah. Well, I suppose you could say we are seeing each other. It is early days yet, mind. You could say that we are still in the process of finding our footing. Congratulations, you two did make like totally handsome couple. Yeah, thanks. Indeed, thank you. Adrian is quite the catch, is he not? Not as much as a catch as you are. Remember, I will fight you on this if it's what it takes. Please don't hurt each other. It's okay, Axe. They're just like joking around. No one's gonna get hurt today. Unless, if they don't, I'm trying to make a sex joke. If they don't use enough lube, they might. Oh, good. I was worried. You guys mind me asking, how you met? Well, I just moved here myself, actually. My best friend Diego had lived here for a while now. I guess we sort of reunited like you and Axel have. Oh, dude, the dude who keeps making dirty jokes, right? That certainly sounds like our Diego. Yeah, tell me about it. Anyway, he's been working for Ty for a while now, and he sort of made the introduction to help me find work. Before you know it, I was enthralled by his charming personality and addicted to the sight of his flawless pecs. He ticked every box, I guess. He was a little strange at first, being so much younger than he is. Okay. I wasn't sure if I was even on his radar, but one night I mustered the courage and tried my moves. And what magnificent moves they were! What else could I have done but become completely captivated by his majesty? I burst into laughter. Ty was laying it on more than a little thick. My moves were awkward and hopeless, and you know it. I was just lucky that my interest in you was mutual. Ha! And you sell yourself far too short, dear. But yes, I too find myself similarly captured, and more than a little intrigued. I simply could not pass upon such a wonderful opportunity. Since then, we have been finding a groove, so to speak, but I felt absolute confidence in my decision. Adrian is the right person at the right time, and I'm so very, very fortunate that you found each other. Aw, you guys are so cute. You two dudes sure seem like a surefire hit to me. You'll totally make a super amazing couple. I'm most pleased our relationship has your confidence. I looked up at Ty, smiling happily, and he gazed back, a satisfied and loving look in his eyes. I couldn't get over how lucky I was. He was so refined and charismatic, so loving and attentive, so sweet and flirtatious. His eyes, such a gorgeous shade of violet, and the way his stripes accentuated every muscle of his body, almost like the priceless artwork, his every muscle chiseled to perfection, his glutes so flawlessly round and firm, his cock. Just the thought of it drove me around the bend, his flawless foreskin. Okay, dude, Don't trip over like a branch or have one hit you in the face, or by all the daydream you're doing. The way his fur grew softer and softer as it ascended his shaft. The way that he throbbed inside me once he finished. Is there something amiss, my dear? You seem to have gone, slightly crooked. Oh. I hadn't gone and carried away in my own little world. It was a good thing Ty stepped in when he had, as I could feel the beginnings of an erection forming in my pants. Something that would have been so incredibly mortifying if Russ or Axel had spotted it. Sorry, I was just lost in thought. Anything else you guys want to know? Yeah, actually, you said that, like, you only moved here recently yourself, right, dude? So, before you arrived here, where were you living in exactly? Syndonia City. Wow, really? Woodcrest would seem like the total boonies by comparison. It's smaller, sure, but honestly, I find it better in every considerable way. Whoa, dude. For such a small town kid like me, somewhere like Syndonia seems like, I don't know, the place to be, I guess? What's so bad about it? Where do I even start? It's impossible to get anywhere with the traffic how it is. And you can forget about public transport. It's even worse. The quality of housing there is totally dire, and it costs so much. I moved to Syndonia when I got accepted to university there. It was one of the best ranked in the country, so I figured it'd be surefire hit. I guess it wasn't so bad. I met Diego there. Wound up dorming with him for 2 years until he graduated and moved over here. Then graduated a year later and accepted an internship for a software company. It paid me peanuts, while covering the promise of better pay rate and a promotion in front of my nose would seem like some kind of sadistic carrot, while on a stick, while the boss screamed at us over every little thing. I was part of a group of new graduates, all interns just like me. In the end, I was the only one that hadn't walked, and that meant I got the ire intended for everyone else. And then I'd go home to this filthy, leaky apartment and borrow money and tend for bills just so I could afford to eat. It all got too much by the end. In a move of desperation, I called Diego, asked if he had a couch I could crash on for a bit. Turned out he had a whole spare room, and I was welcome for as long as I liked, so I quit, no notice, sold my things, got the hell out. I woke up that morning in a leaky, miserable apartment and fell asleep bundled up in Diego's warm blank bedsheets. So far, best decision I've ever made in years. After all, if I hadn't, I'd have never met the world's most handsome tiger. I nudged Ty cheekily between the ribs, and he responded by grinning from ear to ear, a grin so infectious that it spread to each and every one of us, and as he smiled, I couldn't help but being in awe of just how incredibly handsome he was, and his cock, and just how lucky I was to be with someone so unbelievably sexy. So I shook my thoughts from my head, not allowing myself to fall into the same trap once more. We had only done it once, and yet Ty has succeeded in being the very best I ever had by considerable distance. While taking things slowly was, without a doubt, a smart decision, I couldn't help but wonder when our next encounter would be. It sounds like you've really lucked out, Adrian. That's such a cool story. And what a happy ending. If I'm honest, I was having some, doubts that something here was gonna be the right move. That coming here was gonna be the right move. But hearing your story, and having Axel with me, I really think I'm gonna be totally happy here too. Yay! And we can all be friends and hang out together. We're gonna have so much fun. Indeed. So, Russell, now that you're living here in Woodcrest, what are your plans moving forward? Any aspirations? I don't know yet, my dude. but living with my parents back home and working part-time in the liquor store. Not exactly the true, calling, my dudes. I didn't pay rent, so I managed to save up a bit before coming here. So I guess I'm, biding my time or something like that. Enjoying a vacation. I even signed up for a bunch of different events and competitions to, keep me on my toes. Next up is the combat tournament, heats on Friday. Ah, you're participating in the tournament? How wonderful. I took part myself last year, as did Diego. Now that I think about it. Nice. With huge guns like that, I bet you totally smashed it, right dude? I got as far as the semi-finals. Alas, I found myself pitted against the very man that went on to win. Oh dude, that's super rotten luck, man. Indeed. Sometimes though, that's just how things go. I am, however, most confident that your luck will be better than mine. I sure hope you're right, man. Say, ever heard of a fighter called Logan? I think he's the polar bear? Apologies, but I cannot say I'm familiar. Well, that's whose ass I'm gonna kick if I want to make the quarterfinals. I guess all I can do is, cross my fingers, right dude? Indeed, and I'm sure I speak for the three of us when I say ours will be crossed for you as well. Rad. Thanks, dudes. I can only hope to win. But, if I lose, bah, and the end of the world. I'm doing it for fun after all. A most respectable attitude, although I do hope you will not become complacent. No way. It's only fun if I'm, totally giving my all. Where's the joy in challenging yourself, not challenging yourself? I'm glad you think so. I am of most similar disposition, and that was part of my reason for taking part last year. Is either of you taking part this year? No, neither of us are. I had planned to, but, well, I get you, my dude. Life comes first, right? Indeed. Oh please, watch your footing here. It'd seem the pathway is in a poor state of repair. I would not wish for any of you to fall into the river below. Now that Tide pointed out, I was conscious of the sound of running water close by. Looking ahead, much of the path had disintegrated and crumbled into the river below. Allow me to go first. I wish to ensure the path is stable. I'd loathe there being any preventable injuries on our... Something seemed to have captured Ty's attention as the sentence trailed off, and he began sniffing away the air. I looked toward the others, who all seemed confused as I was. Thus, I decided to inquire, "What's wrong, Ty?" Ty turned to the rest of us, and recognized our shared look of confusion. With a dismissive smile, he addressed the topic at hand. "Ah, it's something. Curious on the wind, I suppose." Ty turned back towards the damaged path, and took point, shimming sideways across the narrow ledge before safely reaching the other side. I went next, very nearly losing my balance in a particularly slippery piece of ground, but then nonetheless crossed unscathed. "Looks like you're up, Axe. You ain't gonna fall like you always do, right?" "No. I'm much steadier than I used to be. I almost never fall down." "That's great, dude. I'll take up the rear then. Time for you to, strut your stuff, little dude." Axel took a deep breath before gingerly advancing along the decrepit path. He grasped at whatever he could reach for balance as he slowly progressed along the narrow shelf. Things were going well until a piece of the damaged pathway gave way. Axel? I'd make it quick if I were you." "Huh?" Axel had barely opened his mouth when his foot came down directly on the collapsing section, caused the whole thing to spontaneously collapse beneath his weight. Wah! Axel. Well, with us hitting that 30-minute mark, I think it's a good time to call it. Especially since I am a bit short on time and, dizzier for some reason. So, that's gonna be the end of this Quick look? Yeah, Let's Play, sorry. Mine's in 20 different places. So, please comment, cause I like comments. Tell me what you like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise. If you like my YouTube and would like to see it grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos to help it grow. Please remember to maintain and must help control the pet population. And if you're interested in playing this game, it's available free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game, and or get the news version earlier, you can go to their Patreon, where it's $5 a month, or $54 a year. And until next time, let's play. Me, GamerWolfSix. I've said Sileo, Tales of a Noodle on. So thanks and see ya.